Hi everybody, my name is Jennifer Rovette and thanks for joining me today. As I mentioned in my previous video, I am a certified professional retirement coach and owner of Retire Ready Canada, my retirement coaching business. This is the first video of many that I will be sharing with you focused on different topics around retirement and aging. The topic of today's video is a very special topic, and it's one that's going to come up again and again and again in my videos. Today's topic, retirement planning. So without further ado, let's get started. We all know that having a financial plan in place is essential for your retirement. If you're anything like me, your parents probably drilled into you at a very early age to start saving for your retirement. When I was in my 20s, I didn't even know what retirement was. I didn't know what an RRSP was, but I diligently put aside a little bit of money every month, and that seemed to please my parents. My point is though, yes, having enough money is important for your retirement, and it does require careful savings, hopefully from an early age. But there's more to retirement than just having enough money in the bank. There's more to retirement than just the dollars and cents. It's really important that you think about and plan for the mental, the social, the physical, and spiritual side of retirement. So what does this mean exactly? I keep saying this, I keep talking about the non-financial side of retirement, but what does it mean? It means you have to start seriously thinking about how you're going to spend your time each day. How are you going to fill your days? How are you going to fill your weeks now that you no longer have a job to go to every day? Keep in mind too that people are living healthier and longer lives. People are living on average about 20 years past the age of 65. That means that you have a lot of years to plan for and live once your job comes to an end. What are you going to do every day? You have to plan for that. You can't just sit on the couch for the next 20 years of your life once you retire. That's just unhealthy and unrealistic. And that in itself is a topic for another video. But let me ask you a few questions. Once you retire, how are you going to create structure to fill your days and your weeks? How are you going to replace those social interactions now that you no longer speak with work colleagues every day? How are you going to find meaning and purpose in your life now that your job has come to an end? How are you going to find a new identity now that your work identity has come to an end? And how are you going to fill your time physically and mentally in this new stage of your life? People just assume that everything will magically fall into place once you retire, but that is far from the truth. Without a plan in place, people often feel lost. They wander around aimlessly day in, day out. They're not really sure what to do with their time. They feel disappointed and confused. They're confused because their retirement isn't really what they expected it to be. It's not what they planned for. Furthermore, boredom, loneliness, and social isolation could set in, and then that can lead to a whole slew of different diseases and illnesses. Dementia could set in, or you could even experience depression, and nobody wants that. What you do in your retirement and how you fill your time is up to you, but it does require a little bit of effort. It does require some time to plan for that and what you're going to do each day once you transition into retirement. Did you know that people actually spend more time planning a 2-week vacation than they do planning the next 20 years of their life? That doesn't make sense. So I want to leave you with a little bit of advice. Start thinking about your retirement early and what it is that you want to do. I would suggest start thinking about it 5 years before your retirement date. I have about 20 years left before I can retire, but I'm constantly thinking about my retirement and what I'm going to do once my career comes to an end so that I still have pleasure in my life. What is it that you've always wanted to do? What's on your bucket list? What's on your curious list? What are things that you've always wanted to do but couldn't perhaps because of the demands of work and family life? Retirement is the perfect time to start thinking about and planning for all these things that you want to do. But as I said, you just never had the time before to do it. Also, think about the different stages of your retirement and be aware that putting a plan in place today doesn't mean that it can't change, because life is going to change. Trust me. What you may be able to do at the age of 65, for example, you may not be able to do once you reach the age of 75 or 80. That's just life. Keep your family relationships and your friendships strong. Think about who you want to spend your time with in retirement now that you no longer have those work colleagues to speak with and see each day. Having a strong social structure in place is so important in retirement to avoid those feelings of loneliness and social isolation, and to avoid those diseases that could set in as a result. So today I've touched briefly upon the idea of putting a plan into place, and hopefully I've given you a few things to think about and consider as you go through this exercise for your own retirement. I have many more exciting videos to come, and planning is going to be a topic that will be reoccurring in many of my videos because it's so important and it really is the foundation for having a great retirement. I hope you liked today's video. Please give it a thumbs up. You can add a comment or question below if you like, and let me know if there's a specific topic that you'd like me to talk about. I'd be happy to answer your question perhaps, or even make a video on the topic that you've requested. And of course, please subscribe to the channel. As I said, there's lots of great content that's coming, and I have so much to share with you. So happy planning, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.